we all struggle with uneven lies. There are some uneven lies that are going to help you improve your game. We're going to talk a little uneven lies today. Your best begins here, presented by Titleist. So what we have in our uneven lie is I have the ball above my feet. You can see how much higher this part of the mat is versus this part of the mat. Now, what does that tend to do? How does that help me improve my swing? Well, what happens is when we're swinging, I want to feel like in order to get this club to come from the inside, I want to feel like I'm going from the low side of the hill to the high side of the hill. And when I swing from low to high on this uneven lie, what's going to happen is it's very, very quiet. So listen to a quiet swing versus if I swing from high to low. So I'm going to go from the high side of this to the low side of this, and watch how loud this will get. And the reason why is that when I start to swing down, this is above my feet, so that means that this part of the mat is closer to my chest than I'm used to, than I'm comfortable with, than I'm accustomed to. And so what happens is, when we get to where we have this lie, and I want to improve my swing, I want to teach myself to swing from in to out, I just want to swing from low to high. So watch what happens when I swing from low to high. First of all, I'm going to hit a draw here, but second of all, we're going to get some really interesting information on the club. So you can see that ball start out to the right. It's twisting back to the left-hand side. It's got about 650 RPMs of left spin. And you can see that shot start out to the right and draw back to the target. Wouldn't we love to hit that shot? Now, let's come on over here and let's look at our ball data, because this is fascinating stuff when you start seeing, okay, we got curve. We saw a curve. What's going on with well, this ball is leaving out to the right-hand side at 4.5 degrees. Now, why? Well, now we need club data. What's our club data? Well, the club is coming into that ball from 13 degrees into out, which means I'm swinging the club from low to high, from the low side of the hill to the high side of the hill, and all of a sudden the club's coming from the inside. It starts the ball out to the right-hand side, chucks it up into the air, and then that club face is a little bit closed, so it doesn't leave at 13.3 to the right. It actually leaves at 4.5 to the right, which means the club face is closed. And now all of a sudden we hit a draw. Now, that's how this is going to help you. Now the question is, how do I use this to my advantage when I'm out there playing? Well, anytime you're out there on the golf course and you get a lie that, or not even where your ball is, you see a piece of property that is kind of high on the toe side, well, turn around and make some swings. Get yourself used to, hey, this feels different, swinging from in to out, swinging from the inside, getting the inside of the golf ball and letting it go out to the push side or out to the right-hand side. So I know that club face is going to be closed. Okay, let's hit another one. See if we can create that same curve. And again, starts out to the right. This one is still another great shot. Didn't twist back as much as I wanted, but it still had 530 RPMs of left spin. So we take a little walk up to the front here, and what you can see is all that information now exists right here. That ball started out about 5 degrees to the push side. It had a side spin of 530 RPMs of left spin. So I hit a shot that started right and turned to the left. That's how this is going to help you teach yourself how to hit a little draw, maybe fix your slice when you're out on the golf course. Now, let's look at what we can do when we're playing with this, because this is also something that we need to be able to do. We're out playing on the golf course, and now all of a sudden we're faced with a ball above our feet. What do? Well, we got to figure out where we're going to aim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim about a full target to the right-hand side, that last barrel down the right-hand side. That's what I'm going to aim at. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a swing where I'm not going to grip down. I may be just a touch farther away from it, but I'm going to feel like I'm swinging in to out or low to high. And now I hit a shot and it starts out and it's twisting back. It's going to be in the basket. Oh, don't you love that? Now, let's take a look and see what happened with that one. And as you see, this is how consistent we can get. The other one was 13.3. This is 12.8. And remember, we were 4.5 starting out to the right-hand side, 4.5 starting to the right-hand side. Very, very good launch, 21 degrees. As you come from the inside, that vertical launch is going to get up into the air. So now we've got an excellent shot, and we know where to aim. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of margin to the right-hand side there. Aim there, swing there, and let the ball twist back. Now, what if we don't want to play that shot? Well, now all of a sudden you got to fight the slope. In order to fight the slope, we're going to have to do a couple little different things. One, I got to get a little steeper with this. And so what I need to do to get steeper is simply grip down on the club. So I'm going to grip down. And again, it'll depend on the amount of slope that you've got here, right? If it's significant, you're going to grip down quite a bit. If it's not, you're not going to grip down quite so much. But I'm going to go down on this one about, I'd say, 1.5 inches. I'm also going to get a little closer to this golf ball. Now, when I fight this slope, because I want to try to hit a relatively straight shot, I'm going to feel like I'm taking this outside a little bit, and then I'm going to feel like I'm just holding off the shot. It's going to be a little cut shot. So, and this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim maybe on the edge of that target, not a full target to the right, just the edge of the target. And now what I got there was I actually was able to cut it. But when we go back and we take a look at this first of all, shot shape, you're going to see this thing. It starts at the edge of the target, but I actually cut it off that lie. So I overdid what I wanted to do because that's how you go. You can't when you're on. You can't make a mistake. You got to make sure it does what it does. Okay, now come over here. Now look at what happened. So I was feeling like I was hitting a cut shot there, and what I got a swing path that was 5.2 in to out. And all of a sudden, at 5.2 in to out, by gripping down and taking this outside and feeling like I'm swinging across, I'm still coming from the inside, but I'm not nearly as much from the inside. The other one was 12.8. There was one that was 13.3. This is 5.2. All that information is in here, right? So there's a 13.3, there's a 12.8, and there's my 5.2. So I was able to get that club to come from the inside, but not as severely by gripping down and standing a little bit closer. That's what you do. Now, here's the question. What's the right one for you? The answer is you got to get out there and figure it out. You got to get out there and practice. What do you feel like doing? What works for you? I can tell you, for me, it's situational. And one of the things that makes it situational is, where is the flag located? Is this flag on the right-hand side of the green, or is it on the left-hand side of the green? If it's on the left-hand side of the green, well, now I'm going to let that property move that. If it's on the right-hand side of the green, now I'm going to fight it a little bit, and I'm going to aim not at that flag, not to the right of the flag, but probably right at that flag, because what I don't want to do is short side myself. So what I'm asking you to do is, you got to learn what you are best at, and you got to understand what the situation calls for. So you have a preference. I like not fighting the slope, but when I have that right hole location, well, now all of a sudden, I'm going to fight it a little bit more, and I'm going to aim right at the flag and use the width of the green to the left-hand side. That's how you can always bring your best, and your best begins here, presented by Titleist. To improve all parts of your game, subscribe to my channel and click the link below.